Hey traders from around the world, what's going on? Holla at your boy. It's me, Jeremy Alexander Newsom with Real Life Trading, and I am excited and happy and pleased to be here with you. It's been a week since our last meeting together, and this is going to be your Wednesday real life stock review. And the next one will be coming out a week from today. I'll be traveling all day Friday as I depart from LA into Hawaii. And then I'll be in Hawaii for 2 weeks, hanging out with some traders, having a blast, making some great videos for you guys, hosting, of course. And just as a reminder, the free open house for real life trading. So that's going to be the second week of January. So the 9th to the 13th, just letting you know, mark the dates down, get ready. It's going to be wild. It's going to be an exceptional event. And I want to make sure that you are all there. So that is the first update. Second update, ladies and gentlemen, dun 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 dun. Type in this URL really quick. Also, it'll be in the description box below and in your email. live.reallifetrading.com. For those who have heard the rumors, it is true. I am hosting a live event in Nashville, Tennessee on the 21st of January, which is about 3 weeks and some change from now. So right when I get back from Hawaii, gonna hop over and teach some epic content in Nashville for the first time. So a lot of traders want a Nashville event, and it is happening. I will say, yes, this is not a large sum of notice. It's 3.5 weeks. Mostly I was intending it for it to be traders who are kind of more in the area, but then once I had some traders way up in Wisconsin and Michigan and California and Connecticut, one saying, hey, I want to come. I was like, okay, cool. So no worries. If you want to come, you're more than welcome to. It's going to be an amazing event. It's called the 2 Hidden Dangers of Mutual Funds. It is going to be tailored for my more beginning audience, someone who doesn't know a lot about the stock market. I figured January would be a really good time for that. Get people ready for the new president, ready for the market, just explain what mutual funds are, how they work, the benefits, the risks, the downsides, which you could do yourself as a trader. So it's going to be a really exceptional event. Brad Reed will also be there with me. If you want to come, feel free to. You by no means have to, but if you want to attend Nashville's live seminar, you're absolutely welcome to join us. And if you are hearing this and you are in the Nashville area, make sure to be there. Come over to live.reallifetrading.com, sign up, get yourself a ticket, and feel free to bring a spouse and or friends and or family members and or kids. Anyone is welcome to come with you. However many people you want to bring, join in. Let's sign up. Let's get there. It's going to be a blast. All right, so that's the second update. Third update, I have a lot. My good friend and brand new real life trader, Scott Isold, had a new baby today. Him and his wife, of course, he didn't actually do anything, but just good. So him and his wife had a beautiful baby today. There is the beautiful picture. It's exceptionally exciting. So I just want to say congrats publicly, Scott. Proud of you, man. Well done. You did your deed. You are awesome, bro. You're awesome. Congratulations to both you, your wife, and your family. That's always an exciting event, my friend. So let's talk. That's my third update. Man, I have so many things to talk about. So much time for activities. All right, so let's talk about the general market. An interesting day today. It's actually very funny. It's a weird misconception, but kind of true. Usually anytime I leave my trading desk or something, I'm kind of traveling, the market goes haywire. It's kind of interesting the way that works out. But yesterday and the day before and last week, I was a little bit more bullish than bearish on the market. Still am, of course, long term. Short term, not so much, at least as of today. But really, here's kind of what went down to give you some analysis on the daily level. So you had 2 white candles, right? White candle gapping up, retest gap. So I expected white candle gapping up. I expected the retest. The retest did come in. So on these days, we got triggered into the weekly options newsletter trade on the SPY. Things were looking pretty good yesterday, and I thought to myself, right, another white candle gapping up. So I said, all right, we have another white candle gapping up. We are going to trade down tomorrow. I was like 99% confident. The only question was, how far would we trade down and would we bounce? And that's still going to be kind of the thought, will we bounce and how big will we bounce? Here's your exponential moving averages. We are right on top of the 20 exponential moving average. I'm seeing this as a little bit more of a very small double top. No, the market's not going to go to zero. No, this is not the absolute top. We will go higher. But with this double top, I am anticipating a very small retest tomorrow. And then realistically, Friday and or into the beginning of 2017, I am anticipating a little bit of a bearish sell-off. That makes sense, though, because a lot of beginning Januaries, people selling their positions, locking in losses and or gains for tax purposes. They're beginning to sell off into the end of the year. January is a little bit bearish. And then, if January trades down to this 220 level, I'll be looking to buy the dip down there. Trump will be inaugurated into office. Still sounds weird saying that. And as it trades down, longer term, buy the dip, right? Buy low, sell high. Here's your weekly chart. And your weekly chart, again, we just had an unsustainable bullish move these 4 or 5 weeks. So this pullback, everyone was ready for it, seeing it coming. Yes, we're going to lose, or we did lose on the SPY weekly options newsletter, and likely going to lose on the QQQ weekly options trade that we did yesterday as well. But both of those, very, very small risks, which we're going to definitely lose less than R easily on both of those positions, which is the good news. And again, the analysis, white candle, gapping up, made an all-time high, retesting old resistance, new support. The question was just simply, is it going to bounce? And it did bounce this morning, right? We got in at the tail end of yesterday, almost at close. We got in on the option. And this morning we were profitable on that. So I did have 2 traders exit at open this morning. And you might ask why? Well, because it was a white candle that we ended the day with yesterday and we gapped up, right? It's a retest gap. So they did expect some selling to come in. And that's exactly what happened. There was a little bit of selling out there in the markets today, and I kind of liked it. XLE, I have a few traders in some bear call spreads up here on XLE. My thought is, as long as XLE does not close above the 76, 78 level, we'll continue to just slowly ping and pong and likely trade down a little bit. I'm expecting the beginning of January to be just slightly bearish. Obviously, tomorrow could be a huge bullish day, and it wouldn't shock me at all. But I'm really anticipating, I'll be planning for the first part of January to be a little bit bearish. And then February, March, April, going into 2017, I'm going to be pretty bullish. I'll give you guys my update for 2017 next week when I get fully arrived and unpacked in Hawaii. I can really hammer down and analyze some charts longer term. I'll be giving you guys my longer term perspective. But for the next few days or weeks, just keep your eyes out there for just a little bit of a soft bearish move, potentially after a little bit of a retest maybe tomorrow. But anyway, that's pretty much about it on the broader markets. A lot of stocks making some moves today. We will be looking at those as well. Let's go ahead and get started. Here's Apple, ticker symbol AAPL. Apple, nothing too insanely crazy here. You have a very strong resistance. So let me pull up a weekly chart really quick. And again, this makes massive amounts of sense here that we're going to be pausing, right? This is the exact same resistance that we paused at and dropped at back in October. And, it makes sense, I guess. That 117 price point, pretty strong resistance. So that's why myself and a few other traders did hop into the January week 120 covered call on Apple. For those who had shares, it's like, hey, we're at a resistance. Let's decrease our dollar cost average a little bit more. I'm still speculating that Apple likely could trade down a little bit lower to possibly retest this double bottom type of thing neckline around the 113 area. If that happens, I will be looking to go long around there. And if it doesn't, that's also a good scenario for me. If Apple trades sideways, this would be a great thing, by the way. If we just do this, and then we break out middle to late January, or we trade sideways all the way until earnings, and we gap up on earnings, awesome. Still bullish on Apple, longer term, things look fine. Shorter term, other than the covered call, no positions. It's kind of weird, again, to say, but just chilling on Apple, letting it do its thing and hanging out. The big talk of the town today was NVIDIA, which is like that Activia commercial. You guys know what I'm talking about? I always think of Activia when I have NVIDIA. I don't know why, but that's why I sing. So today, in my personal opinion, guys, this was a pretty easy play. Ron and Adrian, good job, gentlemen, with your $87 put sales expiring Friday. I'm not going to write it off the books for you yet. You still got 2 days, and we likely will go a little bit lower on NVIDIA. But this stock has just been... come on. Look at it. It's insanity how strong this thing has moved. So any trades up here, you're going to get some rapid selling when it does, when this bubble does pop just a little bit, I'm not saying it's going to be a massive trade down, but even from here today could be the catalyst. We trade down back to 75 and or 70 in that general area, and down there, sure, look to buy some or go bullish after just a nice retracement comes in on Nvidia. But today, right, you had a white candle gapping up to an all-time high. White candle gapping up to an all-time high after a huge bullish run. Here's your 5-minute chart, and you can see this thing just rocked down nice and low. Here's your flag pattern right there. Here's another nice little rollover right there with a good 38.2% retracement of the original wave, and it's rolled back down to the low of the day. So that was kind of a cool little bearish move on Nvidia. Whole Foods, I noticed that Brad Reed and a few other traders got 2R on Whole Foods. Not a shocking development, but yeah, Brad's a great trader. Shocking. Here's his setup right here. I remember him posting in our Slack channel. That was pretty much it. And trade right down to 2R. He got it out. It bounced. Well done. So here's the daily chart on Whole Foods. What's going to happen from here on Whole Foods? I don't really know. It's still on a channel, right? It's smack dab in the middle of the channel. Buy low, sell high. So that's pretty much about it. Skyworks Solutions. We do have an Iron Condor. The Iron Condor on Skyworks Solutions. We got the 85, 8750, 65, 6750 Iron Condor expiring in January. Speaking of January, not a lot of put sales out there for January. We have some. Here's British Petroleum. Got the 32 put sale. Dean has the 35 put sale expiring this Friday. BP at a resistance again. If I had shares, this is a location I would sell at 38 or 39 January covered call, but I don't. And I'd love to get some down there at 32, but likely this put sale will expire worthless and c'est la vie. Here's 3D printing, ticker symbol DDD, and I do have an $11 put sale on 3D printing expiring this Friday. Should be totally fine, and to be totally fruitful with you guys, if it trades back down to this $13.5, $12 price range, I'll probably do another one for either $11 or $10 on British Petroleum. Micron Technology, again, this is a really strong bullish gap right here. No denying that at all. But, again, it's a really far bullish move. It's a big gap. So my thought process on Micron Technology is to watch it for a little bit of a bearish pullback into this gap, and then from there, likely a bounce. So probably expecting MU to trade down and then bounce as we continue a little bit higher at some point. Here's Tesla. Tesla today, a little bit of a bearish candle, but it did make a higher high and a higher low. Great, gorgeous bounce off the support, beautiful double bottom, and it all started from the bottom. Now we're here with a one white soldier candle on December 5th, 2016. That's the candle that I was looking at and got us into that weekly options trade on Tesla that we made a killing on, so pretty happy about that. So that's Tesla. Here's Amazon, AMZN, Amazon, giant triangle. There's my analysis on it. It's still in that triangle, ladies and gentlemen. I'll be keeping an eye on it for it to break out, and then I'll play it accordingly. Netflix today, another shocker. Trade up right to a resistance. A very good resistance, and Netflix is a shaved top candle. White candle gapped up to a resistance. The open and the high are the exact same. So as soon as it opened, it began selling, and then it trade down almost a Marbozo candle. But most traders are going to be locking in a nice profit on either the bull put spread, put sale, or the Iron Condor that we talked about getting into back on the 13th of December. That should expire worthless in 2 days on Netflix. Most traders did the Condor up here about 133-ish, as noted down there in the notes on Netflix. So that one's hanging out. And again, that's probably how I'd look to play Netflix. More bearish to neutral up here, this resistance, just kind of seeing what it's going to do and how it may or may not play out. Man, there's just so many cool things to look at today. Twitter, hanging out, looks a smidge bearish. A little bit of a support, and I'm like, buddy Brian Montgomery's looking to play it bearish. Had a lot of bearish candles. Now you're trading, and you're kind of pausing here at this support. Looks like a little bit of a rest after battle pattern. If it does break lower, it has the momentum to continue lower. Starbucks broke a little bit bearish. Trading down. I was looking for it to go bullish. It didn't trigger my bullish trade, but it did trigger some traders who were in bearish on Starbucks. That's kind of cool, I guess. Google, not really doing that much on Google, just kind of hanging out. Looking for Google to retest this neckline at some point. 789. So I've been patient on Google. As it trades down to that 789 to 779 range, I'll be keeping an eye on it for a bullish bounce on Google. We'll just kind of see how we might be playing that. I mean, good gracious, there's a lot of stocks I can look at. I can do this all night long. You guys know that. I just love trading. I love the markets, and I love talking with you. Here's Facebook. Adrian has a 105 put sale. Dean has a 115 put sale. Both those expiring this Friday. I don't have any put sales right now on Facebook, which is kind of shocking, but I don't. Here's the weekly chart, and here's the long-term moving averages. Waiting for a little bit more premium to build in, and I still have an inkling that Facebook could go a little bit lower coming into the new year. It just makes sense that it needs that pullback down to this 105 level, and if it can do that, I will be looking to pick up some shares of Facebook. Last but not least for today is Alibaba. BABA, it's been a little bit bearish recently. I'll keep my eyes on this one. White candle gapped up today to the 200 simple. I got an 85 put sale expiring this Friday on BABA. And I wouldn't mind owning shares at 85, but I don't think it happens. But if it does, cool, buy, turn around, buy low, sell high, do covered calls. You know, that whole jazz. It works out, ladies and gentlemen. It's all about creating a plan and then simply following it. Discipline and patience are your two biggest friends as real life traders. Thank you so much for watching this Wednesday Real Life Stock Review. Again, if you have any questions about the live event in Nashville, please let me know. But I would love for yourself or your employees or your colleagues or your employers or your friends or your family, all ages are welcome at the live event in Nashville, January 21st. I got a lot more exciting events and news and webinars and announcements and dates and events coming up for you in the next few days, weeks. Keep an eye on your inbox, ladies and gentlemen. Real life trading is still here. We're still changing the game, and we are still enriching lives. That is our mission. Have a great rest of your week. Enjoy your holiday season. Happy New Year's. I'll see you in a week from now. You are amazing, and until next time, remember, love life, live life, and trade it. Bye.